Hi, this is Joanna from WOW Houseboats, and in this session, we're going to talk about how to use or navigate the nature maps to identify any crownlands or where to moor the wow factor during your houseboat holiday. So in this example, we're going to show you how to use the nature maps and all of the things that we need to know if it's a crown land, a private property, a crown lease, and whatnot. So I'm going to discuss you the differences and how to identify them. So as we all know, most of the land along the banks of the River Murray is reserved as crown land. So in the majority of locations, this is an area of approximately 30 to 50 meters from the water's edge, which may extend back further where there's a significant wetland or high conservation value. So there are a few areas where private ownership exists to the water's edge. In all cases, the bed of the river is crown land and is subject to the rules that apply crown land. So crown land is managed by the South Australian government and exists for the benefit of the community. Specific rules apply to those use of crown land along with all other South Australian laws. Crown land can be accessed by the public on a casual basis. However, occupation will require authorization. So how what's the occupation used for crown lands? So the Crown Land Management Act 2009 ensures all crown land is used in a manner consistent with ecologically sustainable land management practices of natural and physical resources to meet the needs of future generations while aligning with the objectives of other legislation. So if you're mooring to a certain location, usually we do some camping activities. So when it comes to camping, you are permitted to camp on a crownland for up to 3 weeks. Camping or occupying crownland for a period longer than 3 weeks without a permit is an offense. So some waterfront areas may be managed by local council and other restrictions may apply. So we're now going to show you how to identify a private property or a crown land. So there is this instances that we will be able to kind of like confuse between a private land or a crown land, but I will take you to there's a reason why we have provided a crown land map based from the Department of Environment and Water Resources so that you will be able to see the differences between those title references. So how to use nature maps. So we go with, this is the home page or the default page. So I just went to the River Glen Marina. So I just, kind of like zoom in to find River Glen Marina here. And then we go to layers over here. And then how to know if it's a crownland and whatnot. All you have to do is check this one. So the cadastral information. And you have to always click on or expand this information because when you check this, it doesn't automatically check this cadastral boundary. So you also have to check this. So as you can see, it will show you all of the pink significance. So this pink square over here will actually show you the map. So let's just check this as um, imagery perhaps instead of like a street map. So we would have a better look of this. So as you can see, and if we click on the certain part, there's this title, CT. So that means certificate of title. So it's either private land or crown land. So in this scenario, of course, the River Glen Marina is private land. And then when we go upward, so this goes up until the end and also on the side. So those are like private properties, groundlands, and whatnot. So as you can see, this over here, it doesn't show any um, indication that it's um, a crownland and whatnot. And then as we go to further stretch, you'll be able to see that this actually goes upward and whatnot. So let's go to a certain mooring location for ease of reference. So we go back with double so that we would know where our part we are. So we're in Murraybridge. Let's check. So yes. So there are some spaces over here that you can actually see that you may use and whatnot. So this is actually how the nature maps work. So far along the stretch, so that's a Bocadale. And then when we go upward, let's just say, for example, we have here this. So let's see this one. So CR. So that is a crown land or crown record. Also a crown land. Also crown land. Let's check the other side. CL. So this is crown land, but it is being listed in accordance with terms and conditions. So it's best not to moor in here because um, we don't know exactly what the terms and conditions are and if it's private, like, it's being listed to private owner or the council and whatnot. So we can actually just check further down. So you'll be able to see that there are some other areas here that you might want to stay because it's not like covered within this pink boundaries that we're actually looking at. So still refreshing. So if we check over here, so let's just click on this. So it's also a crown land. The other side, it's a crown land. Just move that across and we're already in the wall flat. Let's try over here. So Balto is actually a reserve in Manam. So we can check over here where exactly you can moor. So this is a crown land. There's a blank space over here. That is a private property. That is also private property. So this is actually the Crownland Park. And this over here are the private properties. This is a Crownland, and also this is Crownland. So this is actually how you use the nature maps and identify the Crownlands and private properties. But it's always best to like consult with us and ask us for, secret spots or what we call the perfect spots for a really relaxing houseboat holiday without, water activities or the traffic or when there's a lot of overcrowding in the Murray River and you wanted to have like, a private space where you can actually like relax while on a houseboat holiday. We can actually just, um, guide you through using these nature maps. And you also have here a crown land from, as I mentioned earlier, from the Department of Environment and Water from the government of Australia. So we have here identified boat ramps and then the crown lands. So these are based on the status, miscellaneous, perpetual, unalienated, and reserve. So we have here from Wellington to Blanchetown. So we'll be able to like explain this to you further during your show out session. And if you have any questions, just let us know so that we're able to like help you maximize and have a wow factor houseboat holiday. Thank you.